Hi, welcome to some more Some Thoughts. I have been a little late and busy this week on thinking about what to talk about on assistive technology and universal design. Assistive technology is immensely important, especially for our kids. Not everybody learns the same. Having a child who has learning difficulties, technology is really beneficial and helps him, and that helps me. I would not have been able to get through my undergrad without a Commodore 64, which you can't even call that a computer. A phone has 10 times more processing power than that did. But it had an 80,000 word dictionary so that I could spell check, and that was awesome. That did not hinder me anymore, and as it did in high school. So there are lots of assistive technologies, as you have learned this week, and I worked for a company called Premier Assistive Technology. I don't know if I put that in my short little bio, but I helped code a program so that it would read to you and highlight the words as it goes by from a PC. PCs already did that and got it onto the Mac. The nice thing and the wonderful thing that I see happening is phones, tablets, operating systems are all doing this. They all either, you can purchase a program, but for example, Mac OS and iOS already have those capabilities. And if you don't know that, just Google it about text-to-speech, and it'll show you. And the same with the PC. And those are really important. If you think about it, think about audiobooks and how a lot of us read books by listening in the car and in traffic. It saves time and it occupies us and makes efficient use. For others, it's the one way that they do it. A quick story: when I was working for the assistive technology, I did tech support, among other things, and had a woman who called me in a panic, just a panic. And she, in tears, we had a little USB device that would run the program off the USB on a PC, and it stopped working, and she needed an update for that. And she was working for an attorney, and they didn't know, and she didn't want to tell them that she had a learning disability. And this is very common, and because people are prejudiced if you tell them you have a learning disability. And that's cruel, but that's life. I mean, that's exactly what will happen. And I was able to get it fixed for her. She was so grateful because her job and her livelihood depended on it. And we need to be aware as teachers when we could use some of these assistive technologies to reach some of our kids. That's the one thing about technology. That's what drew me to technology, is that it is a great leveler. Just because a kid has a learning disability does not mean that they're unintelligent. Sometimes it's quite the opposite. The brain is amazingly complex organ, and things go wrong. Synapses don't connect. And so one kid might not be able to read like the other kid. That doesn't mean that they can't think. And that doesn't mean that they can't play music or contribute in a meaningful way. It's our responsibility as teachers to find how to reach them, how to get them that knowledge, and to get them past the barrier. One of those ways, too, is universal design. And universal design, like curbs that flatten to the street for wheelchairs or automatic doors that we all take for granted, we need to start building that into our lessons and trying to think about. And it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. You would just have to be aware and try to build in some accommodations for kids that need a little extra time, kids who are gifted, and giving them enrichment. And those are really things that we should, as teachers, try to endeavor to do. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you online.